Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and today we have photos of a 2024 Jeep Gladiator. Yes, it lives. They didn't kill it. I know seems like it's getting killed these days. Everything cool seems like it's dead after a few years. But this case, with a new Jeep Gladiator, and we have some small changes and some big changes that have to be revealed. So I got these photos from a spy photographer in Detroit. If you know how this works, he sent me the photos. I buy them. I put a little watermark on the screen. We talk about them. We argue about how big the watermark is. Oh, sorry, I have to do that. And we argue about, well, what it's going to look like. What's going to be? Is it going to be a big seller? Is it going to keep at that same kind of level of being like fourth or fifth in mid-sized truck sales? I don't know. Interesting stuff. Let's check this out. This one's an oddball one. If you follow this channel, you know I do a lot of spy photos. This one's weird because this one got sent over to me, and I was like, wait, what is this? So he said this was in a Kroger parking lot. You can see the Kroger sign, Pure, Michigan. Could actually be in Meyer. Meyer would be better, Michigan. We have a Jeep Gladiator sitting here. It's totally uncovered. And at first glance, I was like, well, come on, man. That is just a Jeep Gladiator. Nothing new. This is not 2024. And I started looking at the grill, and I was like, huh. And then look how clean it is. There's no like trail stripes on it, no dirt, no nothing. And I was like, wait a minute, something's not right. So I looked at this, and I went back and looked at the current 2022 or 2023 Jeep Gladiator, and see this grill is different. This is the old school slotted grill. If you remember, the Jeep Wrangler, they got redone for this year, 2024. First drive later on this month. We'll have that on the channel. Has the other new 7 slotted grill. So it's a different slotted grill in the front. I know, not a big deal to some people, huge deal to some Jeep people, not a big deal for most people in society. But so we had the new 7-slotted grill there. So that was the first, hold on a minute. And then I started looking around. I was like, well, look at interesting. So what else is new? So this is what got your mind going. We have the antenna, which is interesting because in the 2024 Jeep Wrangler, they took the antenna off and made it part of the inside of the windshield. So that was kind of interesting too. I was surprised to see that one. I thought that they were going to go away from the antennas. We had a huge stink about AM, FM. Ford was going to kill it. Then government got involved and fans got involved and said, no, emergency broadcast signals need AM radio. And there's been a pulled out back and forth. It's interesting that antenna stays. As we come on the back, though, we have an interesting change back here. And this took me a minute. So I'm going to pause here, let you guys check this out. Because he goes, there's some subtle changes. And I was like, what do you mean subtle changes? And I got to looking at it, and I was thinking, well, wait a minute, there are some subtle changes. So see this right here? See the Jeep lettering is embossed on this one? And we have 1, 2 tow hooks. On this guy, we have the Jeep lettering. Doesn't look like it's embossed. It like comes out. It looks like it's just a sticker now. It just doesn't look. I don't know. I'm gonna go around the side. It doesn't look as maybe it stands out. Maybe it's black. It stands out, but it's a whole different styling than this. What this is. This is like chrome-ish on there. This is like blacked out. So this could be like a new blacked out version, I guess, or standard. And then boom, 1 tow hook. Interesting. 1 tow hook. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And then, I was like, okay, so you have the new 7-slotted grill, right? I mean, that's nothing new, to big deal. The back end's got the 1 tow hook. I mean, okay. Some general grabber tires like you'd expect, some cool looking wheels on this. And then I kept hey, wait, hold on a minute. Look at how covered this is. Well, this tells me that this is not your ordinary Jeep Gladiator. They're probably driving this around Michigan thinking nobody would pick it out because there's not that many changes to the exterior. But inside the cabin, mon frere, inside the cabin, we have lots of changes going on, looks like. We still have a manual shifter for 4-wheel drive. And it looks like we still have the shifter in the same place point. We have a pop can not opened, which is too bad. Michigan summer, that's going to get really hot in there. And then I started thinking, well, what if they borrowed the ideas of the Jeep Wrangler, right, for the Gladiator, and they borrowed all that kind of stuff. I thought, well, what is the odds it follows along with the interior of this Jeep Wrangler? See that? So take a look at that. So that is new 12.3-inch Uconnect system. It is a slim rectangular inboard air vent below it. And that is actually throughout all the interior. Every interior has a 12.3-inch Uconnect system. No smaller screen, no bigger screen. I had the same shifter. I had the same manual shifter for 4-wheel drive, which, Jeep fans love that stuff. I love this stuff too. This is a Rubicon model. So you have the lockers there in the bottom. You have different options there. But then I was looking at that going, could that be that? Boy, I really think so, right? I mean, you kind of see the outline of the shadow there on the side, and then you have that. And so it would make sense, right, for them to take the Jeep Wrangler interior and throw it in a Gladiator. I mean, that makes a lot of sense, right? So that could be that. And then the wheels are looks pretty cool. I mean, the wheels look pretty fairly similar. Let me go back. Yeah, fairly similar wheel, center cap, a little different type of tire, but the wheels are pretty similar. Okay, so the big question is going to be what's going to be underneath the hood of this 2024 Jeep Gladiator. So if we think about Jeep Gladiator similar to Jeep Wrangler, we know Jeep Wrangler offers 4 powertrain choices, and Jeep Gladiator offers 2. So Gladiator 2, Wrangler 4, will they merge? Will they all become the one same or be separated? So in the Jeep Wrangler, we have a 2-liter engine that's made to a hybrid powertrain. It's a 4xe, right? So you get about 20 some miles of range. We have the 2-liter inline 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, and we have the 3.6-liter V6, and we have the 392. That's the V8 version of the Jeep Wrangler. Currently, according to Stellantis, make sure my numbers and all the facts straight on the page. We have a 3.6-liter Pentastar V6 engine with engine start-stop. That's the auto start-stop. We have the 3-liter EcoDiesel. Yes, EcoDiesel still exists. Must have been those Ram folks who said, well, Ram killed the EcoDiesel. It proved that it was an unreliable engine. No, they kept it around. Ram decided they wanted more capacity to build their electric trucks. They killed the EcoDiesel, which is unfortunate, and I don't agree with that decision, but okay. So the question is going to be, will they keep the EcoDiesel around just for the Jeep Gladiator? I'm going to say no. I think EcoDiesel lasted 1 more year just for excess supply, and then they'll kill it after this model year after they run out of the engines. That's my guess on what's going to happen with that. So they're going to keep the 3.6-liter Pentastar V6, which is a little unfortunate because they have a new Hurricane engine they've offered in the Wranglers. That's a turbocharged small displacement engine that has better performance, better horsepower, better torque, better fuel economy, and it's inline 6. And so I'd like to see that become more of a standard engine because, I mean, the V6s are fine. People still love V6s. They love natural aspirated. A lot of fear about turbos, a lot of fear about hybrids. I get it. But the overall driving experience from a hybrid versus just a straight V6 is night and day difference. A turbocharged versus V6, night and day difference. So if you want speed and you want power, want performance, you want a turbocharged engine. That's just the reality of things. There are, like I said, concerns and about long-term reliability, and it's a lot of that's from the old 1990s thinking, that kind of stuff in turbos. They've gotten a lot better over the years. But yes, there is that thought. So they could keep the V6 like they've done with the Jeep Wrangler. Stellantis just got done paying a massive fine again to the EPA because they pay fines like every year for not meeting CAFE rules as far as corporate average fuel economy. So to me, they need to offer more 4xe, and I think they will. The 2024 Jeep Gladiator, as we can see, the 4xe plug-in version not coming until 2024 model year. Well, this is 2024 model year, so I could see this getting a plug-in hybrid version, right? You can do a 3.6-liter V6. They still offer that. I'd like to see a 2-liter turbocharged, but I'd really like to see a Hurricane engine in this because I think an inline 6 turbo is just a fantastic powertrain. Just ask me. I have my inline 6 turbocharged diesel outside the Silverado. It gets 30 some miles per gallon. I wish we'd see more of that personally because that fuel economy is such a critical part of ownership of any vehicle. And shopping, people shop fuel economy. Trust me. I get lots of emails. They do. And so we have those options. We can see an 8-speed automatic transmission. They're probably going to keep the 6-speed automatic manual transmission as it did the Wrangler. If you have an 8-speed and 6-speed already, and it's a similar vehicle, why not call for both powertrains? And so I think we're going to have those 2 powertrains. We'll have an electrified version. We'll have a V6 version. We'll have hopefully a turbocharged version for those wanting more performance who are willing to want a turbo. And so I think we're going to have a selection for everybody. So if you don't want a turbo, here's a V6. If you want electric only, you're driving around town, back and forth to work, here's a 4xe. If you want faster and more performance and maybe some better fuel economy on certain days, knock on wood, because sometimes those days work with that small displacement turbocharged engines, here is your inline 4-cylinder turbocharged engine or inline 6-cylinder Hurricane. So I think that kind of meets the full range of what customers are looking for and still keeping a manual, even though manuals have taken a big dive in sales. We are seeing the Tacoma still have a manual transmission. And in that smaller size, especially Jeep Wrangler world, I can see that manual sticking around. And why not with the Gladiator? If you're already offering it, why not bring it out? I would expect the Jeep Gladiator to debut later on this year. And again, the same interior, similar exterior upgrades. I see some powertrain changes, and that's about it for this refreshed 2024 Jeep Gladiator. What do you think? What did I get right? What did I get wrong? What did I miss out? Put it down below. Comments. Also, check out videos on this channel over here. Website down below as well, pickuptrucktalk.com. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.